Record.
Welcome back to the Filthy Rat Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Get your dew on. My partners today, Steven and Kaden, aren't here because they're sick, so I brought you Arthur Morgan, who's currently having an attack, and Jiminy Cricket. And so tell us about yourself, Arthur.
Oh yeah, I served in the Civil War with my good friend here, Jiminy Cricket. I'm about 174 years old. As they say, 174 years young.
No one really says that anymore. Only when you were about 15, they joke about that kind of stuff.
Oh, crap. Sorry, Jiminy, I forgot about that crap. You know, that I got to do the good old-fashioned marijuana. You know, it sort of affects my lungs a little bit. I only cough out about 12 marijuana balls a day, and they're like dark green, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most of the time mine are kind of a blackish color, but marijuana I would smoke would be from the people that lived here before. It's kind of a little black, left in jars. Indians used it as medicine, you know, painkillers. We needed that type of stuff when you get shot by things of that sort, you know, like muskets and cannonballs.
Yep. We were lucky enough to have penicillin too, you know, it was around back then. It was pretty good. Sort of got a little bit addicted to that at some point too.
Did the Red Cross help with anything?
You know, they were there. They didn't really help much because they were too poor. But there was a good doctor named, he was Tyler Massey.
Dr. Massey,
yeah. He was famously notorious for being sort of brutal. He only chopped about, what was it, 127 men?
Yeah, about that number, you know, something like that.
So what was your guys' scariest battle in the Civil War?
Mine personally is probably Little Round Top.
Yeah.
You know, fighting with sticks and stones and on the muddy and all that type of stuff, and watching my friends and guns and rocks and oh no!
Settle yourself. You guys good? You need to calm down. Calm down.
You got any marijuana?
No. We don't serve that stuff on this Filthy Rat Podcast. We may not sell marijuana, but we do sell Mountain Dew, so get some.
Yeah, I heard that they say get your dew on. Isn't that what they say, you youngins?
Yeah, I heard that once or twice, you know.
I was alive when Mountain Dew first came out. I remember tasting it for the first time, and I thought it tasted like cow crap. You know, what that probably would do to me. I was on that marijuana, the good old-fashioned Indian sage plant, and it was, I swear, man, you know, marijuana, it'll fix everything. I don't know why they say it's bad for you. It should be legal in all states, if you ask me.
So, did you have any friends in the battles? Like, did you lose or gain any friends when you?
Well, I gained good old Jiminy Cricket here, and I lost Johnny and Matthew.
What happened to Johnny and Matthew?
Gary.
Hey, okay now, you're alright. You're alright now.
Ran in the Civil War, and it was
Come on now. You're alright. I thought you grew out of these, man.
Oh, man, it was a hard time, I'll tell you what. I lost a lot of good friends out there in the middle of nowhere, you know what they say.
Middle of the field on Gettysburg. That's where you fought at.
Yeah, that'd be right where I fought at, you know.
Yeah, personally, I did 2 battles. I was in the Civil War, and I did a little bit of, Vietnam. You know.
How old were you when you were in Vietnam?
I was probably around, hundreds, something there.
Yeah, that's pretty old, if you ask me. So what else
was
on my way, you filthy rat?
Well, so what did you soldiers eat and drink in the wars?
You know, My favorite drink personally was that gunpowder we're gonna talk about later. You mix a little bit of that gunpowder in with your muddy water, and then you light up the gunpowder and you make some nice hot coffee.
Yeah, that was one thing we had to drink. Also, there was a lot of alcohol involved, but they gave us that because, you know, we were all poor boys.
Yeah.
Couldn't really afford that stuff other than, you know, my friend Arthur had the good pot, good old gunpowder, Malmsberg. Sorry about that, boys.
So, what'd you eat when you were in battle?
Grass. A lot of grass we ate. It's a true story, if you ask me.
Did it make you sick or anything?
Oh, you know when dogs eat grass, they throw up about 5 minutes later?
Yeah, I see.
That's what happened to us, you know.
So you threw up like every time, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, that happened a lot most of the time. Well, you see, I have a hole in my throat because I ate so much dirt, because there's times where you go insane and you just need to eat something, so I just grabbed over like, you know, dirt and ate it. Got a couple rocks in my mouth and broke a couple teeth. So I don't chew on that side anymore.
So how'd you guys feel about slaves down in the South?
Well,
How do you think we felt about slaves, Mr. Chimp? We fought for the North. Oh, I fight for the North. I killed all the South people that have slaves, but I love slaves.
yeah, slavery is so good. This boy is freaking retarded.
He's a selfish boy, if you ask me. You think he's a selfish boy?
I think he is. I think we should probably fight him.
I think he's a rip. Boy, you a rip boy?
No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, man, you don't want to get into that topic. We will go off on you now, so, you know, just be careful.
Okay, so we are sponsored by Malmsberg gunpowder. Arthur used this in the Civil War, and so did Jiminy, as ground coffee in their cold mud water.
Now, let's say it right.
Sorry, Jiminy Cricket. How did that affect your guys' lives?
It helped our lives a lot more. I don't think I'd be here today if it wasn't for the Mossberg gunpowder. If I didn't have Mossberg gunpowder, I'd probably be dead right now because it'd be raining out and all my buddies, they'd have all that cheap gunpowder. You know, it'd be in their rifles and they'd go to shoot and it wouldn't even fire.
Yeah, it happened to me a couple of times out on the battlefield using, you know, cheapos, you know.
Walmart gunpowder.
Oh, yeah, nowadays we'd call it Walmart gunpowder, but it was really just a gunpowder that they took out of old bottles that they found in convenience stores back then, you know. That type of flammable substance that, you know, you'd use.
Yeah, it's true.
So, about your guys' family in the Civil War, how'd they treat you?
Well, my family didn't like me much. They thought I was kind of dumb. They said I couldn't figure out 2 plus 1, which is, I don't even know what that means. What's 2 plus 1 mean? Like, I don't ever talk about numbers. Numbers never helped me in life now.
So you never had any schooling when you were in the wars? Or at home?
What schooling?
Like book schooling?
What's the book?
It teaches you stuff?
Oh.
Yeah,
You guys couldn't
we
afford that
never
back
really
then?
had that type of stuff.
Yeah, Jiminy Cricket, he's a little bit smarter than me. Not much, but just a little bit, you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, you guys got any problems or effects from the war that happened to you?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you know, ever seen them boots that have like a lot of sole on the bottom of them because you got one shorter leg than the other? Well, I'm wearing one right now because, you know, freaking horse stomped on my foot when I was in the war. Kind of ripped it right off at the freaking joint, you know. So,
I lost my whole left arm, to be honest here. This whole 9 here.
Whoa,
man.
your arm comes off?
Yeah, that's my stub. You like it?
Yeah.
And you swing it around.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Oh, I just hit the mic with it. Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Oh.
So, you went through any rehab or anything?
Yeah, I went through a week rehab, you know. I only showed up for 2 days though, because I was too busy trapping muskrats.
What about you, Jimmy?
You know, I don't really feel like I need a rehab. You know, just a little bit of marijuana in your system make you feel real tingly. You know, and you can't really comprehend what's going on. And sometimes that's not just a bad thing. That can just be a really good thing at points in a PTS mind. D mind, you know how it goes, Arthur. You go through it.
Yep, I go through it every day.
So your muskets, they ever break? You had to fix them a lot?
Not old trusty never broke. But I bought one of them new muskets they sell today, thinking it'd be just as good as old trusty. Second day, went to shoot it, broke in half.
Wow.
I don't know why. I mean, it only got stepped on by a horse twice, and we don't know. We don't get it.
So how do you fellas feel about the government today? Besides back then?
Dog poop.
Dog poop? Why?
Dog poop.
Yeah, mostly like that. You know, most of that stuff didn't really happen like the way we would want it nowadays, you know. Just, sorry, I'm rambling on here. You can go back to your
Did you guys
topic.
celebrate when slavery got abolished?
Oh yeah, I went back home and I put on some of that new cologne they had out. What was it called? Old Spice, I think it was. And
Talk about Old Spice. We are about to commercial. If your grandfather hadn't worn it, you wouldn't exist.
that's true.
That is right.
I got about 12 kids all across North America.
Really? You know any names?
Gerald, of course. Gerald, he got arrested in, what was there, 1956, I think it was.
For murder of some
Yeah,
sort.
it was murder. I don't know how many kids Jimmy and Cricket has here.
Well, I got what you call a mild stage of, I don't even know what you would call it, but I have it, and it makes me have a lot of kids anytime. And I want one, so when I was on my party days, you know, I'd travel around the state and other states. 'Cause I was homeless, of course, and anytime I got the chance, well, you know what they say.
So you have any girlfriends, wives?
I had a lot of girlfriends. I didn't have any wives. I hear that love's overrated, so I don't go for that crap.
It's the same today.
Yep, but definitely.
Yeah.
Well, folks, thanks for tuning into the Filthy Rat Podcast. Make sure to check in at the last one and the new one. Thanks for being here, Arthur and Jiminy. Have a nice day. Jiminy, what are you doing out there?
That's called the good old pot, boy.